That's so funny. I just realized I was talking for a while and I was muted. Thank you, Zen. So let's start all over. Funny. Angel's trying to make me laugh already. Okay. Thank you guys. I had to laugh that off for a minute. Okay, we're good. Okay. All right. Here we go. So thank you for being here. I am Aurora. I am the founder of A.U.R.A Hypnosis Healing, as well as raw Reiki entity healing removal, entity removal techniques, as well as quantum galactic Akashic readings. I am the author to Galactic Soul History of the Universe, and which you can find under Amazon, both in Spanish and in English, in written and paper. So if you are ready to embark on the most glorious journey in remembering yourself and the universe, as the universe does tell her journey through the book, then I say you buy it. And many of you are actually have already bought it and read it here in chat. So yes, get ready. It is full of beautiful divine activations that will profound you, catapult you into activations of who you are beyond the veil and who you are now. So as you remember their journey, you remember yours. Thank you. I offer all these sessions, both A.U.R.A Hypnosis, which is past life regression, entity removal, raw Reiki healing sessions, entity removal, as well as quantum galactic Akashic. These are beautiful modalities that I offer on my website, which is risingphoenixaurora.com, where you can book these sessions. And I also do certify actually all these courses and memories, courses, modalities of memories of oneself and other selves. We offer them live under workshops, which that we do have a workshop that begins in June. So sign up now. And then where you will learn A.U.R.A hypnosis and raw Reiki, how to self-heal yourself and how to help heal your family, your friends, or really, and offering this for the public. As well as these tools are used every day. We know that a lot of people throughout the earth have been vaccinated. So these sacred teachings teach you how to ensure you don't, get any discharge, any spike protein, any of that residue and you could be around people. And honestly, it will feel like back to kind of normal, pretty much, where they're not affecting you energetically. So we teach that, how to remove yourself from the inverted matrix and moving into more your organic crystalline blueprint, which you do it all on your own. You learn how to do that under the live workshops, as well as live in-person retreats. Next retreat, the online workshop is in June. The next one is in Mount Shasta in August. Love to see you there. One more thing, the quantum galactic Akashic readings that I offer for sessions, we actually teach that. It's beautiful. You learn how to maneuver through the stars, the constellations, and beyond in our universe, and how to retrieve this information through the hall records of the Akashic safely for yourself and other selves. And that actually begins this Sunday. And you can sign up for that only under Patreon for the live one. You can purchase it, the whole thing, under my website. But if you want to join us live under Patreon, and the first class again begins this Sunday, May 8th at 11. And it's about 3 hours long. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. Let's continue. Woo, so exciting. So you've seen the topic here, and we do have 2 videos back to back. So the first video we have is all people of Earth have a dragon. So let's go into that. And then the second video you're going to see within by 1 p.m. Central Time in a little bit. I will be talking about quantum science, the quantum world, with my beautiful colleague Todd Divini. So check that out in a little bit. Let's talk about dragons. So if you haven't, I do suggest that you go and watch the Collective of Dragons, because I channeled the Collective of Dragons. Then we also, the video of the dragons are the Portal to Ascension, and then the one that was just uploaded yesterday, which are the dragons of the multiverse frozen in space. I do suggest you do watch at least these 3 videos, even though we have a whole playlist on magical creatures, mystical creatures. That you watch these 3 videos so that you can understand the knowledge that we're about to share, as it is, it can get complex sometimes. But if you watch these 3 videos, it will give you a nice foundation to be able to understand this video. Thank you. I see you all in chat. I love you all with all that I am. Thank you for joining us today. We have much beauties to share today. All right, so let's go into that. So in case you're new to our channel, dragons, what are dragons? Again, I made those videos briefly. Dragons are our guardians. So in our last video from last week, we talked about twin flames and how the souls are made from a flame. They're created from a flame, from plasmic energy, and then it splits and then they become 2. So in unity, they can always become 1, of course, but they're also individual consciousness, but yet still always connected through their, say, umbilical cord connection. Okay, so what happens is that, so let's talk about this universe. Now, I did channel the universe, which you can watch that channeling. We'll add all these links that I'm mentioning later on after we are done, couple hours. But you can find them there. And our universe, the Phoenix. So we have to go into that first so you can understand what are dragons. Okay. Now, our universe is a dragon. She is the Phoenix. She is loved throughout the multiverse because she is the literal Phoenix. So our entire universe is made up of the essence of the Phoenix, where we see in all expressions of our daily lives, as well as where we also go beyond in the infinities of incarnations we might incarnate throughout the planetary spheres and our galaxy and our universe. And we see how we have endings and then rebirth, endings and rebirth. So she is a very representation to how there is never no permanent ending. There is always just rebirth over and over. These beautiful deaths into birthing again. Okay, the Phoenix is an actual dragon. So she is the mother dragon to all creation. She is Divine Mother. Okay, so then you understand that. Again, you can watch those videos I mentioned. Okay, so then when you understand that, then you understand that you're actually living in a womb of a dragon, a womb of the Phoenix. Okay, so think about that for a minute. We are in this beautiful universe that is this embodiment that respects all and loves all infinitely in its freedom and its sovereignty, because that's what the Phoenix represents for us. The dragon energies are their offsprings, their babies, the universe's babies, just as we are. So when the twin flames separate, this is why every single person on Earth, organic person that is, because there's some clones and artificial soulless beings and some human bodies pretending to be human, but they're not. Which for that, you can watch all our videos. We have almost 400 here. Okay. Now, the organic beings of creation that have been created from our universe now have, when they split off of one another, they all automatically birth out, as they split, they birth out dragons. So if you have, say, we'll use the angels as an example. So we have the daughter of the flame and then Archangel 4, which is Archangel 4, again, is the very first fractalization of Divine Father. Daughter of the Flame is the embodiment actually of the universe and the very first expression of the Divine Mother of creation, our universe. Okay, so when they split, even though they're always together, they also create another a companion that is next to them, so that becomes their guardian. Those so you can see, imagine like another flame that multiplies out from them. When this flame multiplies out from them, those are the dragons. So this is why everyone on Earth and in our entire universe has at least one dragon. Okay, we understand that. So we understand that dragons are the actual, what they were explaining is that they're, and again, we've talked about this in the past, more in depth. So go watch those videos, and they explain that they are the alchemy. They're the material to all alchemy in creation. Okay, what does that mean? So in order to create something, you need to have material, right? To create something, whether that is in the universe, in the etheric, and the astral, or whether it's on Earth. Say you want to, for example, grow a plant. First, you must have a seed, right? You harvest the seed, then you must have soil. Soil, so you can say the dragons are in the seeds, right? The dragon spirit are within the seeds. The soil, there's dragons within the soil. So they're the material to everything that we create. And there's an infinity of dragons. Okay. So then you will also need water, right, for that plant to grow it. And again, consciousness of dragons. You would need the sun to help that plant grow. Again, consciousness of dragons. So they're all the alchemy that you would, the material that you would place together to create your divine potion or your whatever you're trying to create. For example, like the plant. You understand? Okay. So we also teach this course through the Isis Priestess course, which begins May 15 live, and it only starts every 6 months. So join it now. We teach a whole 2 hours worth of magical creatures, how to connect to them, or more, actually, more than 2 hours sometimes. So yeah, we really discover our inner child in that class. It's really beautiful. Okay. All right. So then you understand that there's dragon spirit in everything. I was talking to my family, and I think the movie Raya, yes, Disney created it, and it talks about dragons. It's actually very familiar, don't you all think? Those of you who watched the session yesterday, it has some understanding where, remember how the dragons froze in stone? Isn't that amazing? So phenomenal session we shared yesterday. You really do have to watch it. Take time to watch it. There is such a vast amount of information. So this is added information to that session and the other ones that I talked about. Okay, so then this is why every person has a dragon. They are companions. So they're, you could say, like our guardians. Are, yeah. You call them guardian dragons, or I guess guardian angels, but they are also represented throughout all Earth. So typically a human will have at least one animal companion. Now, not everyone loves animals. Some people who probably don't really love others and are most likely compromised, or they could also be pretending to be in a human body, but they're not really human. Maybe they're clones or something else. They probably don't like animals. But yes, everyone usually has a companion. So whether, I don't know, it's a bird, it's a cat, it's a dog, it's a snake, it's a lizard, a fish, they have their companions. So the dragon spirit, so say a dog. Why are dogs so protective over us? Why are they always guarding us? Why are they so fierce? It's because they really are dragons. So we talk about that, okay? So that's what they represent. So there's the initial flame, and then there is the other little, say, version of us that is the dragon. That is all the animal companions on Earth, but all animals on Earth are magical creatures of different kinds: fairies, fae, elements, elementals, elvens, and they're all in animal forms for us. Okay, so let's keep going here. Let's see. Okay, we understand that. All right. So now what I want to explain to you is that in our last video, where I channeled this series, and it was a short video, maybe like 20 minutes, I channeled the Sirius constellation. We mentioned how Arcturus was one of the planetary spheres, or they're more like a star realm, that was able to raise its vibration, basically hide itself from the inversions of the Archon AI virus. Now, the way that happened is that there are many, many dragons, as we said. There's star dragons, sun dragons, all the elements you can think of, and infinity, ether dragons, organic darkness dragons, black flames the black flame that we're using right now to counter any AI, the organic black flame. So all these infinity of dragons, right? So they're celestial dragons. The celestial dragons are some of they started, they're part of creating universes, and they're also part of guarding realms that are higher, multi-dimensional though too, because there's not just one dimension. So what they did is that the celestial dragons, for example, they went in and they embodied the entire Arcturian realm star that they are, and they raised it and they put it in a location where it wasn't supposed to be found. So when the AI virus came in, and all these planetary spheres were freaking out because they didn't know what was going on, right? And then we talked about it in the video from yesterday, but we've always been talking about this. So not all dragons they were helping along the way, but not all dragons were able to guard and shift. So some of these constellations and star systems that we were talking to were some of the ones that the dragons were able to shield and raise and hide their vibration and frequency so that it wouldn't be readable for them, for the archons, the AI, the negative polarized reptilians, their soldiers, to find them. So they could basically, they would scan our part of our galaxy, parts of the universe where there was AI and where they had, where the virus had spread, the artificial intelligence virus has spread. And as they scan, they can't find them because they're in a hole. It's like parallel. It's like a pocket of time and space, even though there's no time, but a pocket of space where they're still in the same location, but they're unreadable. So when they scan, they can't find them even with their technologies. So again, that's what they did with different planetary spheres, planetary planets that were working with celestial dragons to hide them. And we'll get more and more information about this throughout the years as you all continue to listen to us. But I wanted to explain to you that that's what that means. Everyone has a dragon companion, like your cat and your dog. So when I would be scanning on Earth, I was a bit what's the word? I guess concerned, because I knew that I knew everyone had a dragon, but then I would scan and meet people, and I wouldn't sense a dragon with them. So that was I don't know what word to use, but I guess concerning. And even then, I'm not sure if that's the right word. It just would just kind of draw my attention, you can say. So how come these people were on Earth and they didn't have their dragon companion, and how come they weren't aware of it, and how come they typically they'll be there kind of hovering over them like, say, a guardian angel would, but they'll be there hovering energetically over them, protecting them 24/7. So then I noticed that some people didn't have their dragons. Now the session from yesterday talked about that, and how thousands of our galaxy of the dragons were actually frozen through black magic sorcery in a planetary sphere. But not all of them were, but a great majority of our galaxy were frozen there. And they froze them. The reason they froze them, why did they freeze them? They froze them because they were too powerful. This is the only way to freeze them in time and space, was the way to stop their abilities. So they used black magic sorcery, which they would draw from creation. They would draw from us, basically. They would draw from earthly people, other planetary spheres, or perhaps planets that they destroyed. And that pain and that trauma and that dark magic of hatred, envy, whatever aligns with or not being organic and not truly honoring, loving, and respecting a soul, all that bottled up negativity, they use it like a black sphere of containment as they feed it. They're showing me they feed it throughout the different galaxy. And once they feed it, the more they want, of course, it's like kind of like a metal technology ball, and then everyone who's being negative, hateful, that energy goes in, and this is their, basically their black magic sorcery. This is their power to then play out the different dark magic agendas that they would like to play out. So that's why it's really important that we're always sending love no matter what to anything. Okay. So okay, so we'll let you watch that so you could get all the details in case you haven't watched it. Okay. So what happened now is that this planetary sphere, and what they showed me, Source showed me, is that it was going to get rippled throughout our entire galaxy or anywhere else in the multiverse, because Source explained how our universe would be affected by thousands of our galaxy dragons being frozen, which means that they wouldn't be able to assist us. They wouldn't be able to, their abilities are frozen. You understand? There's like stone. So then how could they connect to you when you call out for help and you're on Earth, and then you're in the inverted matrix and you are being harmed over and over in this inverted cycle, and they're recycling your soul, and then they're eating off your light. So if you called out for their assistance, they wouldn't be able to come and assist you because they were frozen. So this is vast and immense, and you have to listen to it and feel it so you could understand. Okay, so that explains why when I would look around and see other humans, people, they didn't have their dragon companion. Now, since there is an infinity though of dragons, and this planetary sphere was really important because it was a guardian. They were guardians specifically to the planets, and they were in charge of maintaining our galaxy in balance. So if you could imagine, if that was the row and that's frozen by black magic sorcery, what would that do? That would leave the planets vulnerable, so that when they have their greys, their mantis beings, their negative polarized reptilians, their aliens that they took, that they compromised and made them into androids, put technologies in them, if they went and attacked the planet, they wouldn't have their guardians to guard that planetary sphere. Do you understand? So that was something really nasty that they did, and now it is free, and you can feel it. That same night of the session, I had a most magical experience. It actually began to thunder and lightning here where I'm from. And I was talking to the lightning, and most people hide in their house, but no, I go outside at night. Bask in the lightning, in the thunder, in the rain, and of course do it within safety. But I remember I had my bare foot on the grass as the water was raining on me, and I could feel the charges of the lightning hitting the ground through the grass, and it was embodying my essence. It was charging me. It was electrifying. And I was looking at the skies, and I was watching etherically, energetically, how the dragons themselves are who create the thunder, the dun 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 dun, the thunder. They create the thunder. And then that was their sign to say we're here, and I could see them spreading throughout all Earth, and I could see them trying to connect to their companion, their human companion, so that they could be partners with them, because they're benevolent in nature. So if you don't call on them and tell them, invite them, they won't overstep boundaries because they're benevolent. So then you need to remember to call on them and use these vast elements that they are. So if you think about it, if the archons went through such a effort to stop a planet or other planets that were dragon planets, or that had other magical beings with them, if they went through such an effort to stop the disconnection to the people of our galaxy, then you have to understand that that is something that was really important for our galaxy, of course, and that's why they did it. Now, as we continue to incarnate within our energy body and our crystalline body, we actually have different parts of, because we birth out dragons as well, because just like the universe is a womb, we have wombs within us, whether we're divine masculine or divine feminine. We all have a womb. From this, within this womb, etheric essence, plasmic energy, we birth out dragons. So where there's one, usually one adult, there's definitely many. Once you come into a recognition and understanding that you do have a dragon with you and they're your main guardian. And they are also located in our energy body. So you can, maybe you went and incarnated in the Phoenix constellation. And while you were there hanging out in a planetary sphere, you met a beautiful dragon that was made out of purple flowers. And now this purple dragon flower that was created as well, because they don't just create from our souls, they also create on their own, as our universe is a dragon. So and now that dragon companion is always going to be with you no matter where you incarnate in our galaxy, in our universe, in the multiverse. They're always going to be with you, and they are located in your energy body. So if you were to scan your energy body in a guided meditation, you would feel that, oh my gosh, I have many dragons here in my heart that are my multitude of flames here, that is a rainbow. And wow, every single color rainbow flame is a dragon, and they all make up this beautiful, colorful rainbowed flame that is me. Then if you look on this side, oh yes, I remember I was in the Phoenix constellation. I met that purple little flower dragon, and here it is in my energy body. It's because they become part of you. They're part of you, but then they're also individual as well. So if you were to embody yourself into one collective consciousness, that's how and when they become part of you, because that's in the higher self aspect. So yes, they're everywhere. They're shields around us. They provide protection. They protect your heart. They protect your soul. They become swords. They become energetic, plasmic weapons to shield you and to guard you. There's an infinity of possibilities. Okay. So let me see. We do have to start the video soon, so I'm going to take just a couple questions. Okay, so how will those unawakened connect with their dragons? Well, it first starts off with us helping religion and the dogma created in religion, because especially in the Christianity, Catholic Church, they say that dragons and serpents are the devil, which is ridiculous. The devil is actually, if you want to give it a name, is the Archon, artificial intelligence, and it's part of what people are vaccinating themselves with. That's the devil. But yeah, Archon, artificial intelligence, soulless things are that the devil, I guess. But so it starts off with that, us transmuting, holding love light, helping people see and get past the religion. And we also channeled Yeshua last week. You watch him, and we have a whole playlist on Yeshua. So once we get past the dogma and some of these sacred locations where the Essenes Yeshua talked about last video, where, for example, Jerusalem, there's 4 religions that are in Jerusalem, and they have them quartered. So I believe is it Muslim, Jewish. Oof, I can't remember. Arabian. I can't remember how to Aramic. Oh, there's 4 religions there. I could look it up, but I don't want to take time right now. So where there is abundance of the keys are located. So what they do is they add black magic by putting 4 religions in this perspective in Jerusalem next to each other, and it's the ancient town, and it's like a maze is what they call it. And they have all 4 of these religions in the most sacred laws of the 13 keys, where we can connect to them, and then that creates separation. So it starts off with that, helping people look beyond that they've been programmed and tricked, that of course source is infinite love and all of that is rubbish and its lies to program you and keep you like a zombie and controlled. So yes, we are going to be seeing change. Perhaps we're going to find more people being able to find our videos, and perhaps they'll see a dragon eye while they're sleeping in meditation. They'll see a dragon form and they're like, what is that? Maybe hopefully they'll come look for finding out, oh wait, dragons are real? They're not make-believe? Of course they're real. You are in the universe of the dragons. Okay. All right, 2 more minutes. Do all dragons have a sacred 3-syllable name? Not all of them. Some of them could just be 1 syllable. What is the best way to tap into the name of our dragons? You would have to go into meditation and ask them. They will give it to you. Then you have to just get through your own non-belief that you can't get it. Okay. Dragons who place and ensure the safe delivery of a baby in the mother's womb. Would that dragon belong to the mom, or is that the dragon companion of the baby? Beautiful question. I almost forgot to talk about that. Thank you for that. You guys are always in union here. Your higher selves are always in union here in chat. So that's what dragons are. They're the soul protectors. They're the guardians of the soul. So basically they're the storks. They're, the bird storks that they say they carry the babies in. It's actually the dragons. The dragons carry the babies into safety. So yes, but so what's going on with that is, one, at this point we've unleashed the black magic binding that was really important on the dragons. So going forward, this is huge. Usually the dragon that would carry in the soul would be the actual guardian of the actual, so it would be the baby guardian dragon. And now that they've been released and it's rippled out throughout the multiverse, we're going to be seeing a lot of people, a lot of babies coming in with their dragons, ensuring that they're not compromised in their coming into the vessels. But the parent doesn't, they're vaccinating them the minute that they're born. So the parent would have to have a sacred birthing, a home birth, where they're not allowing their child to be pricked and their blood being drawn when they prick their little heel in the hospital, because then they retrieve their DNA and now they know who they are, which, angel or benevolent being they are. The parent would not allow any kind of infringement upon the child. Through these, would not allow vaccinations. So because the dragon that comes in with the baby will filter it out, but cannot filter everything out if the parent is giving consent for this child to be harmed in this manner. So that's really important. So yes, and then the dragon actually will be there. For example, when the mother is birthing the child, the dragon will be there, and you could say even the mother will become a form of have the dragon embody the dragon energy to protect the child and ensure that they are sacredly safely born. No infringements. Okay, so what else can I say about that? Yes, that is all. All right, thank you all so much. I will see you in a couple minutes where Todd and I will be starting a video. Thank you for being here for this most important video of the dragons. I love you, honor you, and respect you. Thank you. Subscribe, hit the bell button, and all that good stuff. Hit like. Talk to you.